On the Pacific Northwest coast of the United States lies the state of Washington, home to legions of clean, powerful rivers that flow from the mountains into the ocean. One of these rivers, a couple of hours north of the city of Seattle, is the Skagit, home to chrome, bright, elusive winter steelhead, and birthplace of the Skagit style of casting. Winter steelheading usually means that an angler has to fish with sink tips and big flies, and the easiest way to cast this type of outfit is with a short, fat and heavy piece of fly line called a Skagit line. RIO's latest and best casting Skagit line is the Skagit Flight, slightly tapered to ensure tight loops and long flight times, but with enough mass in the front end to pick up heavy sinking tips and large flies.
The Skagit Flight is an excellent line for both traditional and some of the premier Northwest hybrid cast. Despite its shorter length, in view of, say, more traditional type lines like a power spay or a wind cutter, one can perform a snake roll quite handily with the Skagit Flight. But with sink tips and large flies, the Skagit Flight lends itself to some of the traditional hybrid casts that are found here in the Pacific Northwest, such as the snap T, little add-ons such as the double spay with a poke, often used in frogwater like we have before us. Get a long, straight flight lesson with the Skagit Flight. Skagit Flights come currently in grain weights 425 to 750, covering spay rods from 5 through 10 weight. Additionally, a 350, 375, and a 400 grain Skagit Flight will be available come fall of 2010. The Skagit Flights, unlike the standard Skagits or the originals, do not require any use whatsoever of cheaters. The smallest one currently at 425 is 24 feet, and the 750 grain Skagit Flight is 32 feet. So these lines are programmed pursuant to expected rod size and use, negating the use of cheaters with the new flights.
RIO Skagit Flights are only available as a shooting head. This means that an angler needs to have a reel loaded up with some kind of shooting line first, then loop the rear of the Skagit Flight, denoted by a barcode or grain weight indicator, to the shooting line. On the other end, a front tip is required as well, and can be made from T14 or T11, for example, or anglers can use one of RIO's Skagit Mo tips if using a rod shorter than 14 foot. Skagit Flights are available in 25 grain increments. This ensures there's a head weight suitable for even the most grain-conscious angler.
So with an upstream wind, which would negate our use of such classic casts as a double spay here, river right, I could go to one of the forms of the snap T to set my anchor, making a cast off my opposite shoulder, cack-handed as they say, which is a very effective cast with the snap T to achieve a 70-degree presentation, which with